What is up, guys? KG, Rough to Be Buff TV. We are back with another exercise tutorial today, and today we are talking if you only have one set of dumbbells. I repeat, one set of dumbbells to work with at home. Back, biceps, and triceps. Here we go. So the first exercise we are looking at is the head supported bent over row. A few things to note here: we are supporting the head so we can isolate the back as much as possible. Take note, let's look at the angles of those dumbbells. You want to have those angles slightly at a 45 degrees. I have a loose grip through my palms so I'm not overly using my forearms, driving the wrists back and up towards the pocket. We are paying attention to all three portions or all three parts of this movement. That's the concentric on the way up, that's the hold at the top, and that's slowly going down on the eccentric. Every repetition, make sure that we pause and get a good squeeze. Mind to muscle connection is a real thing. It's probably an overused term, but it is a real thing. Use it. You will get more results out of your time. Moving into the next exercise, we have two different variations of the Renegade row. The first variation that we're taking a look at here is hip square, shoulder square. We're still using that same method or that same thinking of driving the wrist back and up. So the wrist is actually going in the direction of my pockets. We're not just driving the elbow up as much as we can. We're trying to get our lats firing. It's not so much how high we can lift the dumbbell, but it's how well can we get the lat firing. And you can see I'm keeping my hips squared and my glutes are slightly firing. They're not overly squeezed. I am keeping those hips square to the ground, so that way I am keeping some engagement in my midsection as I go through the movement. Now, the second variation of the Renegade row, we're going to add a little bit of rotation, which is right here. So you can see now, say hello to Daniel, my trainer in the background. You can see now that I'm opening up that shoulder. I'm basically trying to get a wraparound effect as if I'm throwing that elbow nice and high and wrapping it around, pretending that if I could make a loop around my body with that elbow, rotating the shoulders. You can see the little pause at the top to help that lat engage and stabilize. This is also a really good exercise for your shoulders and triceps. And since I'm using round dumbbells, not hexagonal dumbbells, I do have to stabilize those as well. So that does matter if you got round dumbbells or hexagonal dumbbells. Now, next exercise, what do we got? This is all about hand placement here. We are doing the 2-arm overhead tricep extension. You want to grip the dumbbell just like that. Create a diamond or a spider web, and then I see a lot of people go fist over fist on this one, like they'll stack their fists. That is no good because you're gonna have a discrepancy. One tricep will be longer than the other, and you just don't want that. You're gonna have a bad time. So make sure that your hands are nice and flat to the dumbbell overhead. You can see that my elbows are flaring east and west, out to the right and left, getting as much of a stretch as possible at the bottom and as much of an extension over the top of my head. I love to follow the 2-arm tricep with the single arm tricep. So that's what this is here. You can see that the elbow is vertical. It is pointed towards the roof. I got the hand wrapped around my body just to support my core a little bit. I'm only doing probably like 4 to maybe 6 repetitions of this exercise. Get as much of a stretch behind the head and as much of an extension. You do not need a lot of repetition. For my 2-arm overhead tricep extension, I was probably doing somewhere between like 15 to 20. Let those triceps really work up a good burn, and then I go immediately into the single arm tricep, which you're looking at right here. Now, it's all about manipulating tension when it comes to hypertrophy or bodybuilding, which is where I've built a lot of my bread and butter, where I've built my physique is in bodybuilding. It's a lot about just literally manipulating tension. If you become a master of manipulating tension, like I said, we're only using one pair of dumbbells, a pair of 35-pound dumbbells. If you can manipulate the tension, you're going to get a huge return in your time. We're not just moving the weight around for the sake of moving the weight around. We're moving the weight around to create and manipulate stress within that fiber, within that tissue. As you can see, my little baby left arm can't complete the rep. To get the ultimate goal is to put muscle on. So without triceps, there would be no biceps. I don't even know if that makes sense, but what we're looking at next is the rotational curl. Okay, rotational 2-arm curl. We're coming up with our palms facing the roof. We're going into a hammer curl and then slowly lowering them down. Now, no body sway when it comes to bicep tricep work. I do like to do some cheat repetitions, but at the beginning, we always want full range of motion. and the range of motion needs to have as much tension from point A to point B to point C. You can see I'm not over curling. I'm not taking the elbows away from my sides. The upper part of my arm, the bicep and tricep part, stays north and south. So you can see my elbow isn't coming out in front, and it's also not dragging behind me, which is a different type of curl. It's called a drag curl. But what I'm trying to do is literally, like we just talked about, manipulate as much tension as possible. Those are rotational curls. A super good exercise, hits the entire bicep. Got to give that one a shot. Okay, bonus exercise, one arm bent over row. If we only are working with one pair of dumbbells, this is a very simple, clever way, because I am clever, a clever way to make one dumbbell into two dumbbells and get a heavier load. You can see I just crisscross the dumbbells over each other, and now I've set myself up for my back finisher, my single arm bent over row. And this is a really awesome, easy way to make one dumbbell heavier. So that's all I got for you today, guys. Back, biceps, triceps. I know you guys, some of you were asking that, hey, we're tired of watching your stretch videos, we're limber enough, let's get back to getting buff. And that's what some of these next videos are going to be all about. So as always, thank you so much. I am KG. This is Rough to Be Buff TV. Thank you so much for tuning in, Buff Riders. I will see you guys next time. Peace.